Welcome to Running on Reddit r/Bridezillas, where the craziest brides and wedding stories are shared on Reddit. Am I the booty hole for not allowing someone to propose during my wedding reception and for planning on not going to their wedding? Long time lurker, first time account /posting. I've debated posting this for a while now, but since I've been so vocal the last few days on this subreddit, I figured it was time to find out if I was the booty hole instead of just commenting on others. My wedding was September 21st, 2019. We had a fairly decent sized wedding. My cousin, on my stepdad's side, we are not close whatsoever, and her boyfriend have only been dating not even 6 months at this point. I've met the guy once before my wedding, and he never shows up to any family functions. We're all having a great time at my wedding. My husband and I are mingling with guests while everyone dances. The next thing I know is my cousin's boyfriend asks the DJ for his mic and goes to the center of the dance floor saying he has an announcement to make and calls my cousin over. So, I rush over and say, nope, no one is getting engaged during my special day, especially during my reception. You can get engaged later tonight but not right now. It's my day. Thank you for understanding, and I go to walk away. My cousin starts puffing and my aunt, her mom, starts yelling at me and calling me an entitled brat. It causes a huge fight and they all end up leaving. My mom, stepdad, dad, and stepmom all are on my side, and we're even pissed that they think it's okay to do that during a wedding they all paid for. My nana, stepdad's mom, says I was wrong and told me to apologize and call them over and allow him to propose. Needless to say, it didn't happen. Flash forward to Christmas. Ugh, it was terrible. My stepdad's entire side were rude and ignoring my husband and I, and of course, guess what happens? My cousin and her now fiancé announced their wedding date, September 21st, 2020. I'm beyond pissed and so not planning to go. It's my damn 1-year wedding anniversary. My family is upset that they would do that to piss me off for not allowing them to get engaged during my reception. My cousin says they chose to get married on their 1-year engagement anniversary. Either way, regardless of the real reason, I'm still upset. Of course, my nana is super excited. Edit, you guys have been so sweet. I'm trying my best to reply back to every single comment, since you all took the time to comment on my post. You all will get your reply eventually. Thank you guys so much. It's totally making me feel better after this messed up situation. Wonder how that wedding's gonna go with the whole pandemic thing going on. Karma? My older sister is getting married in a few months, having a big wedding, and keeps pressuring me about wearing my wedding dress to her wedding as a guest. My wedding was an intimate courthouse affair with just me and my spouse, and I wore a colored cocktail dress. Very nice, but still fancy enough to feel bridal. To me it's the same as someone else's expensive white ball gown. My sister got engaged just before I got married, and her wedding colors include the same color as my dress. Coincidentally, since the day I got married, she's been going on about how I can just wear my wedding dress to her wedding. When I sent her a picture of me on my wedding day, she commented on how perfect my dress would be for her wedding, instead of how nice I looked as a bride. I find it very hurtful, and it feels like my sister is saying that my wedding wasn't real enough to make my dress special to me. I'm not in the wedding party, so I don't feel like she gets to dictate what I wear with such specificity. I would think any dress in the same color/length would be acceptable. I showed her what I was planning on getting instead of my wedding dress, and she vetoed it for being the wrong color. It's a little black dress. I thought it might be superstition or convention or something, but then I found out that our oldest sister, also not in the wedding party, is also wearing a black dress and got the go ahead to wear it. No matter what, older sister keeps insisting I wear my wedding dress. I even let her pick from a bunch of dresses I could afford and want to wear more than once, including some in the same color as my wedding dress, and she still suggested I wear my wedding dress. A lot of people on Am I the Booty Hole posted that she's trying to embarrass me or set me up for some drama. I'm starting to think that might be the case. I'm realizing now she might hold some kind of resentment towards me for some reason, or that she might actually be a bridezilla. I'm in the wedding industry. I'm an event florist, so I'm kind of immune to ridiculous requests, and when compared to other ones I've gotten, this is very tame. But our mother told me that the reason she didn't want our oldest sister and me to be bridesmaids with our younger sisters is that oldest and I would like upstage her because we're already married. It would detract from her somehow. If she harps on this anymore, I'm tempted to bow out altogether and bum around the city the wedding is in with my spouse for the weekend because ticket costs are sunk and non-refundable. Even if OP's wedding dress wasn't conventional, you wouldn't expect a bride to request her to wear it. Using a new account because some people don't respect boundaries and stalk others. I want nothing to do with my brother and his fiancée. They have done plenty of things over the years, which have resulted in family and friends going no contact, but that's a whole load of other stories. They were due to get married next weekend, however, due to obvious reasons, they've had to postpone it. The thing that pissed a lot of people off was that, if we wanted to go to their wedding we had to pay our share of the wedding. They didn't organize a cheap wedding neither, it was a £75,000 wedding. With the amount of friends and family going, we would all had to have paid £500 each. This wasn't discussed beforehand, it was just expected of everyone. Essentially, they paid for the wedding themselves via loans, but expected everyone to pay their share, so the wedding was free for them. My parents and her parents even offered to pay for the majority between them, but my brother refused. A lot of people kicked off and either declined to go or refused to pay. The amount we had to pay rose from £500 to £1,500 pretty much overnight. This is just for one person, not even a +1. People refusing and dropping out caused a huge temper tantrum from my brother and his girlfriend. He's always been the golden child. He's very entitled and expects everyone to bend at his will. Eventually my dad caved, enabler and why my brother is so entitled, and paid for all of our share, even though we all declined. The rest of us have morals and don't live out of our parents' pockets, one of the other stories, and we have all paid our dad back the £1,500. So, to now, the wedding was cancelled. Naturally there was a huge drama from my brother and his equally as entitled / narcissistic girlfriend. If they reschedule the wedding it will cost them another $8K to book everything. Guess who has to pay for it? The guests. My brother's girlfriend called an emergency meeting to discuss the wedding. They stated they refuse payment from my dad again. Apparently we are the entitled ones because he paid for us the last time. If we refuse to pay this time it will be our fault, the wedding is ruined, blah blah blah. My £1,500 share is now £1,660. There are so many other things that have happened over the years. This isn't some petty crap that sparked this off. In short, my siblings and I are done with them. They took out loans to pay for their wedding and then invoice their guests. Let me know in the comments down below if you would have paid the invoice. If you like the content and want to support the channel, like and subscribe right now or you'll be running on fumes. First time user, avid fan. Where to begin? Late last year, my dear friend of 20 years asked me to be her maid of honor. I was touched but very apprehensive. You see, her and her fiancé have a pretty volatile relationship. For example, the fiancé has moved out, only to move back in 3 times. When I told her I could no longer support this marriage, she cried and said all I care about is being married by 50. Ironically, her wedding is the day after her 50th birthday. This is just the tip of the iceberg, and I'll spare you all of the many petty incidents. Fast forward to this week. I'm hosting her bridal shower tomorrow. One of the bridesmaids cannot attend as both of her young children caught pink eye, and the bridesmaid does not want to risk contaminating the shower guests. Cue bridal outrage. And this is on top of my daughter will not be attending the shower as she's younger, and a bridal shower can 1. Be inappropriate depending on who got the bride what as a gift, and 2. Boring as heck for a 12-year-old. Bridal outrage again. The icing on the cake and the real reason I'm here today. The bride has asked me to add extensions in my hair, as I have a bob cut, at my own expense of course, and demanded that I do not wear my glasses during the event. Now, that may not be an issue for some, but here's the thing. I've already spent a ton of money to throw her this shower. My insurance plan only covers an exam every 2 years, and I just had mine done in June. And the worst part is, I'm blind as a bat. How am I supposed to fix a train at the altar? Read my speech. That is slowly being hacked to pieces, as I shorten it and make it as mundane and non-personal as possible, because FFS I've had enough of her drama. I don't want to ruin her wedding by wearing my glasses, but what in the world am I going to do? I'm going to be stumbling around like a blind idiot. When I explained this to her, she quickly pointed out that all of our dresses have pockets. If I need to find the restroom, I can briefly slide them on to see where I'm going, but to be sure and remove them before exiting, as a photographer may be in the area taking photos. I really wish I had backed out of this mess the first time the fiancé moved out. But I'm stuck now. Okay redditors, give it to me straight. Glasses or no glasses? Ready, go. Update: today I officially pulled myself and my kiddo out of her wedding. It's been a whirlwind of a day, albeit one-sided. Once I said my piece, I finally put my phone on silent about an hour ago after she hurled her 78th insult at me. I gotta say, it's freeing, walking away from all the drama. Look, I get weddings are stressful. I'm married and did the whole wedding thing. My hubby and I like to call it the most expensive 6-hour party of our lives. But there's stress, and then there is insanity. Thank you to all of you who helped me see just how unreasonable and petty she really was. Because at the end of the day, the example I show my kiddo is one where I don't let anyone, even a friend, order me around, and I just go along with it. Peace. Wouldn't it be worse if the photographer caught OP stumbling around like a blind bat, bumping into tables, falling into the punch, or mistaking the wedding cake for a chair? Thanks for watching. Remember to subscribe and turn on the bell or you'll be running on fumes. See you in the next video.